Okay, I want to do a little tutorial on how to paint the Ford F-150 emblem on your truck. This one is from the front grille of my truck, and as you can see there's 3 posts. It's just connected with 10mm speed nuts. Some of them you have to remove the grille to get this off, but on mine I was able to get a socket in there. Now each or all of the blue parts on here are actually a separate piece of plastic. And if you look, since my truck is black and white, I painted this one earlier after I took it apart. It's not perfect, there's little imperfections, but it looks pretty good. And I think it will look a lot better than the chrome and blue that's currently on there. This is actually from the tailgate. It's held on by all these little metal clips. Basically, to remove it, I opened up the access panel on the tailgate, got in there with a screwdriver and popped off each one of these metal clips. And then there's a little bit of a double-sided tape or foam tape that holds it in. But once those clips were gone, I was able to push it out and then separate all that plastic so they could be painted. And what I found is people talk about you have to break the plastic to remove it. And it's true and kind of not true. Basically, when Ford makes these, it melts the ends of the pin to connect them. And you can see right here, this one must have gotten broken off or missing, and because of it, this sticks out a little bit. So what I found, the best way to actually remove all the pieces of plastic are to use a drill. This is a 1/4 inch drill bit, and basically by going in and putting it in the center of each one, it makes that awful plastic breaking sound, but it drills down just enough to release that little lip of melted plastic. The ones I'm working on right now are part of this big blue section. This little add-on thing is just for this part in the middle of the D and this little bitty blue part in part of the F there. That one came all the way out. My dog decided it's time to play on the floor and chew up a bone right now. Always appreciate that. Alright, so there's that part. Like I said, that's just part of the D and part of the F. And it actually gets pretty dirty in there. Alright, got a couple more. Probably shouldn't drill into my hand. Now sometimes it is kind of stuck in there. I got one of these little pry tools, or non-marring pry tools. Obviously you want to be a little bit careful, because if you break it, I mean, there's really no good way of fixing it. You just pretty much toast. I think it's caught up on this one. I was centered on that one, that's why it's being a pain. There it goes. Real careful part is around here, because there's not a lot of plastic there. Alright, now that the main part of the Ford is out, and basically when you do all your prep work, like I used some 1000 grit wet dry sandpaper after I cleaned it, kind of scuffed it up a bit because it's pretty shiny. Now for this blue trim ring, it's all these smaller melted plastic. And for that, I found that this 5/32 I don't know if it's called a nail pointed drill bit, or I don't remember what the name of it is, but the size is 5/32. I like that little tip on there. I don't know if you can really see it very well, but basically you can use that tip to aim it right in the center, and that'll help when you make sure you actually get the little lip of plastic off. You can kind of see, oh, maybe you can see, how basically the blue material is all gone. And then once we do that all the way around, that trim piece will just pop right up. And center it, and then slowly work the drill. I'm just applying a little bit of pressure just to get into the material. And obviously, you want to kind of finesse it a little bit, because and all that melted blue is gone. But basically, you know, if you go through, you might be able to fix it. Might be able to glue it back together, but considering you might have to buy another one, it's better just to go slow and be a little more careful. And actually, I know you can't see this, but as I was drilling, since my hand was on the other side where the trim piece is, I was able to kind of feel it push away or give away from how it was being held. Two more, and that piece of plastic should come out. That one kind of drifted on me a little. As far as reattaching this all back together when you're done, I just use super glue, but depending on how you want to paint it, you might not need to do that. And once again, you still want to be a little bit careful. Sometimes that, even though the end of it's gone, still have a little of that plastic in there. Go. Now if you wanted to, like that little bit that's stuck in there, you can go and clean that up. And like I said, what I did, I used a little bit of sandpaper, wet sand it, made it so the paint would stick to it a little better. Plus there's a lot of little dings and stuff from rocks. And then I found color match paint just at O'Reilly's at one of the small rattle cans to match the white, and then they had a universal black. And then I used a clear coat, and the clear coat actually gets into the seams a little bit and will help hold everything back together. So basically, if you take your time, use a couple drill bits, you'll be able to get it apart without breaking it or marring it up. And then you can paint in individual parts to whatever you want to do to match your truck. Good luck. Have fun with it.